red lipstick on because I'm feeling just a little headachy, a little under the weather. I had a bunch of conference calls. I'm like, I was supposed to have Shannon Knoll on this evening, which I just can't wait to get her back on the channel. It's been a little bit of a Monday, as they say. So I'm glad that we're doing this. We're still here. We're doing it. So today I kind of just put something that I wanted to see sort of last minute, and it's like a holiday gift guide for like rad ladies in your life. And of course I do want to talk about a couple things. I want to show you, like, I did early Christmas already, and I got some books that I haven't actually read yet, but that that I think would be pretty neat. Yeah. So, and I want to talk about the Kate's U, and I also want to talk about the Rebellious magazine gift guide, and also last year I got the feminist apparel box. I want to talk about that really quickly. So I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry, it's kind of like last minute slapdash, but going forward with this YouTube live action, I've set up for me to talk to a lot of women in comedy around Chicago. So that is set up. So Shannon Knoll, we're getting you back on here for sure. And then, you know, next week is gonna be, I'm gonna be out of town, but I think I'm still gonna do this. And then after that, there's gonna be so many exciting gals here on Monday night. So make sure to stick around for that action. So let's get into some of these books that I got. So if you guys know from a video I've done before about like books, I love Mary Roach. And so I put this on my early Christmas list, and I had a vlog where I went to early troll Christmas with my mom, and Kendall, the Brysons, got me this. So Mary Roach, she has written books where she like really just delves in to one specific topic, right? So she wrote this book Stiff, which is about like following cadavers and like the decaying process, and it was fabulous. She did a book about space. She did a book about the it's called Gulp, and it's about your, not the digestive system. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. She has a lot of books, and this is sort of her like personal essays. It's a Reader's Digest book, and the snob in me is like, what? But I got it, and I'm excited. I'm excited to read about it. Again, I really like when she does like books about research, so I hope I like when she does like personal essay. But you know, it's the weird, the comic in you is like, I hope I like this, when she's trying to be funny as opposed to when she's also trying to be funny. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm looking forward to this a lot because I love Mary Roach, and I hope my snobbery doesn't get in the way. I also got this book, and I'm a little embarrassed by it. I feel like Reader's Digest in this, I'm a little embarrassed. I actually saw it from a UK beauty blogger, Anna's Edits. It's the Working Woman's Handbook. I mean, it's a little cheeseball for sure. But I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff because I feel like, especially being freelance, you know, I sometimes I get unfocused. I say yes to a lot of things. I'm sort of scattered and all over the place every once in a while. And then I always have to pull myself back in, get organized, get focused, talk about goals and all that kind of stuff. And this is a very seemingly like workshop friendly book. Like it has tips, and it has like deadlines, it has exercises, things to help you get inspired, you know, things about business investment in really manageable chunks. So I feel like this is gonna be a good book for me in 2018 if I'm feeling like I'm getting a little off the rails, to like pull me back in and get a little organized. Yeah, so it's just ideas, insights, and inspiration for a successful creative career. You know, I'll let you know how that goes. One of the other things I love about books, and this is just a side note to everyone, I love when they have these little like ribbon bookmarks already in. Oh, I'm a sucker for that. It does kind of remind me of the old-timey Bibles. I went to a Lutheran church as a kid, and they would have green, red, and black little ribbons, and I would just play with those all day. I wouldn't actually listen at church. I would just play with these ribbons and like braid them and make designs. I also, when I was in church, it was filled with like brick, and I would pretend I was Mario Brother going up and down the brick. What I'm saying is I did not pay attention at church. I also, because I love Die Hard. It's my favorite Christmas movie of all time. I know, it's very cliche, but in my Lutheran church, there was these giant, like, huge ceilings, and like one like little tiny stained glass ceiling, and I would always imagine like the bad guy, you know, Hans, like bursting through and being like, ah, you know, but I would like save the day, and I would take one of these ribbon Bibles and be like, wah, 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 and I'd be like, not today, Hans, not on my watch. Yeah. And that was a rant that you didn't need to know about. Uh-oh. The headache and the sickness is peeking its head out. What else? So I went to the bookseller because I love going to the bookseller. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy books. I have enough books. And then I go and I buy books. And I got a few. I'm super into film noir stuff. I always have been, but I'm also really into like any Netflix series where there's like a British lady cop and there's like child murder. So I went in there and I'm like, listen, I'm looking for some of that. What do you got? And got this. Recommended this bad boy, The Secret Place. So, you know, I'll let you know how that goes. And then I also picked up, this is not a gift, this is just something for the people who like child murder on your list. That's a terrible thing to say, but you know what I mean. This one is called The Cuckoo's Calling. It is actually by J.K. Rowling. This is her like surname, and there's definitely something about like celebrity and murder mystery and all that kind of stuff. So the reason I got these books, this is actually my light reading. You know, like I've been reading a lot of, I often read a lot of like feminist books, and you know, I'm almost done with like the Hillary Clinton book finally, and you know, in our kind of age of, you know, the age we're living in, I need to read about murder to feel more relaxed. So isn't that saying a lot? I also want to mention if you're looking for something for like, you know, a rad gal in your life, I really love these. You know, I put this in one of my October favorites. This artist is really amazing, and yeah, I like these. It's called Bad Girls Throughout History. They're notes, but she does a whole bunch of different artwork focusing on super rad female. So there's that as well. And then I'm gonna put in the links below, Rebellious Gift Guide. So Rebellious Magazine is pretty amazing, and they have a lot of local events, and they feature, thank you by the way, Lori is so fabulous over there. She features the Kates and so many women in Chicago comedy. So smooch, smooch, smooch. They have this really great treat for Chicago feminists, so I'm gonna link that below. And there's just a ton of gift ideas if you're still, you know, searching. It also has a lot of like women-owned business links and things like that as well. So if you're interested, I'll put that below. The other thing I wanted to mention is last year I got the feminist box, which is from Feminist Apparel, and I'm gonna put that below as well. And I think that's a really great gift idea. There's like t-shirts. It was one of my favorite shirts called, it's a pizza rolls, not gender roles. That's in here. So I'll link that below. Yeah, and I think those are some pretty sweet gift ideas. But I also wanted to mention the Kate's University. Now, I mentioned before in another YouTube thing that I did, like, I don't want my, oh, hey, garbage, no big deal, don't look at that. I don't want any of these YouTubes to feel like it's like, I'm trying to sell you things. I just feel like sometimes we don't get a lot of like women-owned business or women-owned activities out there in the internet. So I just want to be informative, right? And one of the things I want to inform you, if you're here in the Chicagoland area, we do have all-female stand-up storytelling classes starting in January. And I know the thing is, like, holidays, people are looking for interesting gifts and also gifts for yourself. Like, I know 2017 has been a heck of a year, you know. Hey! Oh, Nacia, I see you. So 2017 has been kind of nuts, and I think 2018, a lot of, you know, women, a lot of women of color, a lot of like folks in the LGBTQ community. I feel like a lot of us started last year with like the Women's March in January, and we're feeling a little like back to like a little more powerless. And I feel like 2018, we all are gonna start coming together once again. Not that we haven't been, but you know, there's this resurgence of energy. So if you feel like you're not participating, there's, I'm also gonna put the Women's and Children's First bookstore, their link down there, because they have a lot of great panels coming up, a lot of great like how to be active. But I know a lot of women are a little overwhelmed because they're not finding their voice, and I feel like you're on during Wendy o'clock. Oh, Anicia, I want to smooch your face. Too close, too close. Wendy o'clock, that rascal. What was I saying? If you're struggling to find your voice in the workplace, or if you're in comedy, it doesn't matter. These classes that we offer at the Kate's U are just to sort of find your space in the creative world, but also in the professional world. So I'm just encouraging you to take it. Now, if you're like, hey, Kelsie, I feel like you're selling stuff to me, you don't have to take my class. There are other classes that are all female identified stand-up classes here in Chicago. I used to teach FemCom. Now, of course, I would like you to take Kate's University with me, but there are those options as well. Like, I don't want you to think I'm trying to like get your dollars. I'm a terrible salesperson. But yeah, I feel like that's a really good gift. And also in 2018, if you're looking to to expand yourself, to take up that space and to find your own story and how to participate in the world. If you're feeling powerless, I have to tell you, I've been teaching all-female stand-up classes and storytelling classes for a really long time, and every single time at the end of the class when there's a showcase, when there's a product and women are on that stage, there is so much empowerment. There is so much, camaraderie. There's just an amazing feeling that I cannot express on this little tiny phone camera, that you feel like you can take on the world. Now, I understand that's not the real world after you're 7 weeks in a class and you've done your job, but there's this anchor to it that makes you feel like, yeah, I did that. I conquered a fear. I met some other rad ladies who share the same experience that I did. I don't feel so alone. And I also made people laugh, which is really, really powerful. So if you don't take the Kate's University classes, and if you're feeling a little lost in 2017, and if you're absorbing all this news, and you're absorbing maybe your family dynamic is changing because everyone's views are coming. I'm a little nervous about the holidays myself, I'm gonna tell you. I just feel like it's a plan, period. You surround yourself with amazing ladies, you create something that you can be extremely proud of, you can take that into your world. So the Kate's University classes start in January. So it's a refresh of the new year. And again, if you think I'm selling you, I'm gonna put links below to other classes so you have all the information. But I would love to hang out with you and meet y'all as well. Wendy, she's coming to class as well. I'm just kidding. What else do I want to talk about? I do want to let everybody know that I'm still gonna stick to the uploading schedule. So Mondays, 7, obviously we're doing a live action. And then Wednesdays and Fridays. With the holidays, I'm not sure if it's gonna get squiffy, but my plan is to keep sticking to it. And I've been doing it. It's shocking to me. And the other thing I want to let everybody know, in 2018, my goal is I really like this YouTube thing. It's surprising to me how much I really do. I feel like I'm at a place creatively where doing live performance is still amazing. Last month I was doing Zanies, and this month I'm hosting at Comedy Bar, and I've got some gigs lined up obviously already in January. I do still love live performance, but there's something about spreading my voice farther than just Chicago that I'm really sort of fascinated in exploring. So I'm actually gonna ask you all a question before I sign off for this 15 minutes of rambling. If there's any classes, any YouTube channels that you all watch, I'm really trying to learn how to grow my viewership, and that is something, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, that is something that I've never been good at. The reason the Kate's has a huge audience now is because we've been doing it for 10 years, and it's very grassroots, and I am new to the world of social media expansion. So I have purchased a few online classes and workshops of people that I kind of respect and admire, but maybe you have this knowledge already. And so if you put it down below in the comments, if there's something that you sort of have learned from, because I do want this, I don't want to put a number out there because I'm a little, I have 182 subscribers right now. And by the end of 2018, I really want to reach 2,000. I don't even know if that's doable, but that is a big goal that I'm putting out there. And the reason I'm putting that out there is because I feel like I'm in this point in my life where, I want to continue to make my opportunities grow for myself, and I think that this is a great outlet. I know we've got net neutrality coming, so I'm coming in right at the right time. Also, YouTube is completely oversaturated. I know. Onicia, collaborations and online sharing. Oh, we're talking. Because I am definitely into collaborating. Like I said, Monday nights, I'm going to go out and sit in other women in comedy's homes. So I know net neutrality. I feel like, Onicia, this is just you and me. We should just be having a phone call right now. But yes, so if there's collaborations that if you're watching this and you're interested in collaborating in the Chicagoland area or outside, if we want to do something, I am trying to expand and grow. So any ideas that you have, I am game. Thank you for sticking around. We did it. Shannon Knoll, I'm going to get you back on this channel. Apologies for all my weirdness and my bonkers day. But it's a Monday. It's a Monday, right? I love all your faces. Thanks for watching. Did I get any lipstick on my teeth? I didn't this whole time. It is a miracle. Okay, bye you jokers. Have a great week. Where is the X? Why can't I never find this X?